Is this another tourist show? I feel like this is another tourist show.
It seems like it, yeah. Except it's a fairy walking around and trying to explore
Wait.
a place based on food.
It's a fairy? Like the character is a fairy?
The character is a fairy.
Oh, Fairy, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Ferry, and I'm like, it's like a boat girl that has people inside her and takes them from place to place. But anyway.
It is a flat bottom ship Chan who is in, I believe, is the technically correct translation, but there's a lot of people who are like, either one is fine. And there's a lot of people who are like, only use the N. There's nobody who says it's only the M.
And if they are, they're trolls. All right.
Yeah, right.
Because
welcome to the AniFiles Twitter account where we only spell Senpai with an M.
Oh, no. I will quit the show. No. I cannot be associated with this. Next up in Group A, we have... Do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks?
Yeah!
I'm actually kind of excited. Oh, we got waifus! Yes! We have weightlifting waifus. Okay, this show, mark my fucking words, this show is going to set Twitter on fire. Muscular anime waifus are a meme, an absolute meme. This is going to set Twitter on fire. I'm so fucking excited for the tweets. Not even for the show, just for the tweet. You don't even have to like the show as long as there are waifus.
This show has an Xerxes relative waifu index, or IRWI, of 0.8 out of 1.
Is that relative index, is that set by, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Yes.
Is that the standard for like a 9.5 because a perfect 10 is impossible?
I don't know. It's what is? I want to finish doing the drawing, but that's like a really good question. It's like, what is my most waifuable show?
I mean, it's obviously Bunny Girl Senpai because Maya's best girl of anime, right?
We're not going to get into this debate right now.
Microsoft Windows, go ahead and install it and let it update all the time because it's always going to be great when it updates. It's a new experience for you. They're going to make everything good again. It's all going to be really nice and fresh and new and function perfectly.
Meanwhile, on my Mac.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
And we're here to talk about some anime. But first, here's how we talk about the anime.
Yeah, here's how we do that. Here's how we make that happen. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm on Microsoft Windows. Yeah, thanks, Windows. Eat my fucking ass, Microsoft Windows! You piece of shit! You absolute...
And we're here to talk about some anime, but first, apropos of nothing.
The universe is singing to me! What is that melody? There was the whole wish fulfillment thing too. There was like a wish temple. There was a literal wish temple. He goes to a wish temple and the lady's like, "Hey man, you know, all these demons, because people wishing for shit causes demons." It's like, what are you talking about?
And so his mom is like, tries on and then shows off to our main character like a bikini armor, like literally a
Battle-kini?
metal bikini, and it's like, why did you think that was a good idea? Like,
Because
just doesn't
you have
make
a
sense.
show with a MILF in it, and you have to give me those fan service shots of this MILF. You have to do it, or I will not watch the show. Back in the present, MC feels shitty, and he's all down on himself, and he has Metal Gear Solid 5s in his missing arm. And then back in the flashback,
The body
everyone's
won't stop burning.
back in the flashback, everyone's beam fighting the Minotaur, and it means nothing. MC gets hit by a beam, and then he thinks the teacher aimed it at him. Anyway, he falls down a cavern. Smash cut to a flashback inside of this flashback, and a girl doesn't want the main character to go on the field trip in the first place. She had a bad dream about it. He asks her to be his pocket mercy. She agrees, but she still doesn't fucking right click.
Round 2, matchup number 2, we have Demon Lord Retry versus Do You Love Your Mom and Her 2 at multi-target attacks.
MILF Sekai.
Yeah, that one.
Same. So that's 3-0 in favor of MILF. Okay. Those were
Unanimous.
Those are words that just came out of my mouth. So I'm going to say Astra. But that's 2-1 in favor of DYLYMA HTHMTA.
And then I press enter.
So the whole dichotomy is between him and the blonde man. He's all about like athleticism, and I'm just gonna like, you know, outperform you basically. And the other one's like, well, my tactics will win the day. And so now we're gonna have the fusion of the two of them coming together. And between being super athletic and having decent tactics, we have sports. That's how sports work. He gets the advice that he should use the old wall slap, everyone's favorite romantic anime trope, the wall slap.
Oh yeah. God damn it.
And so he tracks down the president and corners her under a bridge and does the wall slap. It's like, oh, this is actually a lot more violent than I expected, which I kind of appreciated.
Yes. Great, dude.
One of these characters has a different fetish that our main character finds out as he's trying to find out who Silorenda.
That's a Game Grumps reference, and I like it.
Fucking best.
Silorenda?
Cinderella with the panties is.
Yeah, push someone out of the way so that they don't.
Got clipped by one of those bike messengers.
This is like the new Kawaii, but it's longer and more obnoxious.
I love it. I love it. The guild master,
they are in another world with their smartphones. So clearly the source
Right.
of all isekai power is having a smartphone.
right? But they don't have any service, and the smartphone behaves as a smartphone would if it were taken out of time and dropped in a different time.
I'm just saying it's the smartphone is a source of power. It doesn't have to
yeah.
work. Just the fact that you possess one.
I'm just imagining an isekai protagonist just throwing his smartphone at somebody and hits him in the head.
Because he like says this line, and like one of his like cronies is like, "Oh, what happened in there?" And he's like, "We've gotten too used to only killing women and children, but now we have something to fight." It's like, it's like just right there. It's like, oh, okay, he's evil. Kind of feel like the opposite here. Like it's like super. I was not in anyone's head when they were making that show, and that's fine because all art does not need to cater to me. But just pointing that out.
Well, that's unfortunate because the behind the scenes footage, like there was a picture of you on the
yeah. Because they're
like, you like just occasionally like you'd be like stroking and being like, I really hope the Grizz likes this.
Only one of those two shows has Revy in it, so yeah.
Yeah, the Rakugo has a distinct lack of Revy, so
yeah, I'd watch Rakugo if it just followed the story of Revy, like in the Rakugo universe, and like what she was getting up to. That'd be a good fucking show, dude.
She's using like, instead of a fan, she's using a freaking 9mm sword cutlass to make sound effects on the stage.
I'm just kind of imagining too, like some sort of scenario where like as part of their cover, she has to like attempt. I don't care about any of you guys, but the fans, they're what's important.
the good-hearted amateur idol who only cares about his fans, Dean.
I only care about the fans. Also, 69, nice.
And the good-hearted amateur idol who only cares about his fans, special guest Steven.
Hey.
And we're here
Steven,
to talk about...
do you care about the fans, Steven?
I honestly don't give a shit.
Prove how much you care about the fans, Steven!
No.
There's so many
Do not
scenarios that have just flashed through my head of like do X to prove you care about the fans. And it's like it's everything from like executing someone to
I mean, I'll do that.
You got a shitty record producer who wants to fuck with the way you make music, and you got a gun to his head, and it's Steve. Prove how much you care about the fans. Oh yeah, that was nice.
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 nice. If you like forcefully like blast water right into someone's lungs, they could like, you know, pass out or something like that. And then like obviously you've got water all up in your lungs. And so
that was my theory too, was that he was like shoving his water dick down their throat and like into their lungs and
you did have to use quite that phrasing, Dean, but
Well, that's the only way
I
it
guess
makes
this
sense
is
to
episode
me.
69, so I guess everything's gonna have a
It
tinge
is,
of
man. It's all no holes barred.
This is also bracket D.
yeah.
Yes, it's perfect. It's everything I ever wanted.
I guess I'll just have to accept this then.
Accept the things you cannot change, Chris.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my title for the show was The Japanese Being Human.
All right, that brings our total score for this show to a 3 or 15%.
If you watched sci-fi about a half a decade ago, you might have seen The American Being Human, which was a takeoff of the UK Being
Oh, God.
Human. Yeah.
I just thought you were being racist.
No, the Japanese version of
it's
the
not
show being human.
Japanese Being Human.
Actually, I'm gonna bet that she doesn't reject him. And they're like, what? No way. A girl like her going for a guy like him? How does that happen?
So he walks up with a guitar and he says, "Today is gonna be the day that I'm gonna confess to you."
I was tempted to just like keep going with that. It's like go through the entire song. Anyway. So here's Wonderwall.
We all turn to rocks.
We are
Spoilers,
now.
Dean.
We are now a Wonderwall.
It turns out the Wonderwall was us all along.
Through sheer willpower, he manages to start to get the rock shell to crack. And he busts out of it and he's like, cool, I am here and somehow I'm not like literally insane.
Yeah, that's the most fascinating thing. You're conscious the entire time you're a rock.
Like it doesn't matter how strong your will is, how much Ryan is angry. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. I did actually switch off the we'll be right back scene for that, just so we could get Dean and I fucking raving.
Whatsoever. Like they don't have any conflicting character motivations or anything. It's just they all totally agree on everything.
It's because
and
the
think
show
the exact
knows
same way.
the show knows who the real enemy is, though, Dean. So I mean, we don't need to.
Right.
The real enemy is the viewer.
No, you're not wrong.
The real enemy is the audience. That is exactly right.
Throw any obstacle in the way, and you can kind of like with our highly tuned anime brains, just kind of like project like what's going to happen in the plot from there.
I don't.
Highly tuned anime brains.
I don't want to have a highly tuned anime brain. That's not. I never, as a child, I wasn't sitting around dreaming of my future and thinking I'm gonna have a highly tuned anime brain.
To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts, episode 1. That feel when your crush tries to kill you because your very existence is deemed too dangerous.
I know that feel.
Also, I like that there's now a Steven effect, because in this season, actually, we've had pretty good episode averages. We had 41.67, then 41.67, then 44%, and this one was down to 27.5. So we've actually had much worse episodes as far as average score, but this is definitely the worst one of this season.
Always there to help.
Drug deal, they're buying a fairy in a bottle. And it's a real good fairy.
And
so
it goes, we can make so much drugs with this. I don't understand how that works, but I love it.
Hey, is fairy dust just like ground up fairy?
Oh.
Oh my god, it's fucking horrific.
So they complete the fairy deal, and then
just drop a fairy in a mortar and pestle and just start hammering on her.
No. And Varial in chat points out that and it heals 7 hearts if you get knocked out. So that's the usefulness, is that people carry it with them, so that
yes.
And so our MC kid, the one who was smiling at the thing that came out of the train, starts shooting flames out of his feet with super cool sound effects. Oh my god, I love the sound design.
God, the fucking sound design in this show, it is so fucking good. Oh my god, it was
no, it's not. It's ass.
No.
The sound design is trash.
Are you insane?
Yes, but my point stands.
Dude, it is so like they actually make it. They actually give you. They give you sonic booms that actually like they distort. Like they actually distorted the effect, and it makes
yes,
it
but that's
feel
also
so
the only
punchy.
effect they have.
And then a giant rat appears and gets cut by a guy. Except the rat doesn't look giant, and then it is giant. And then what's the scale of this rat? Because we get a medium shot and a long shot, and the rat is a different size in those two shots. It's not. I'm assuming it needs an asterisk, because I don't know, enlarged to show rat texture or some shit. You have to give me a trigger warning before entering that show. Yeah, I know. It occurs to me sometimes in my nightmares. In my nightmares, I just hear Fuji Aoi.
Hi.
Hikata Mentai, Pirikarako-chan, episode 1, Row, Row, Fight the Power.
Nice.
In our final matchup of the day, we have Magical Senpai versus Are You Lost?
This is the matchup I was waiting for. Magical Senpai.
Unlimited anime.
That was a perfect air horn.
Is it kind of kawaii Bear Grylls? Or is it just
Kawaii!
awkward senpais who are bad at magic?
Which one of these is going to make you feel awkward, and which one of these is going to make you feel gross?
Well, both are going to do
Yeah,
both.
that's still.
Okay, fair.
And reveal ensemble.
Trinites.
Trinites.
2 in favor of Trinites, 1 in favor of Ensemble Stars, which means that Ensemble Stars is our grand champion for least
God
watchable
damn
anime of the season. And we will once again be watching a terrible idol show all the way through prior to our season recap.
Yay, us.
So, our final results Fifth place tie, the demon girl next door versus magical Senpai. Dean's over here flicking his lighter.
I'm gonna burn it all to the fucking ground.
All right, that's enough of that.
The delivery of "Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season" and that was just wonderful.
Yeah, I try to stick to our, if we set a rule for must always be pronounced a certain way, I try to make that happen. So
I just broke the rule. I'm sorry. "Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season."
Oh maidens in your savage season.
Oh,
Maidens in Your Savage Season.
Round 1, matchup number 2, we have our 5 seed, Do You Love Your Mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks versus our 12 seed, Hakata Mentai Pirikarako-chan. Hold up 1 if you'd rather watch your mom, and 2 if you'd rather watch Pirikarako. Round 3, matchup number 2, our 2 seed, Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season versus our 3 seed, Given. Hold up 1 if you'd rather watch Maidens, and 2 if you'd rather watch Given. And reveal. Maidens.
Oh, maidens.
Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season.
So that's 3-0 in favor of that show, which means that show will advance to the semifinals. That show. There's no getting around it. That leads to the question, Dean, what happens if it's a shoujo versus a Strong Girls? Because we have our matchup, our finals matchup is a rematch of our round 2 matchup. Our 2 seed, Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season versus our 7 seed, How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift?
Oh Maidens in Your Dumbbells Lifting.
Savage at the gym. So, for all the marbles, my dudes.
How
hold up
heavy
one if
is
you'd
your
rather watch.
savage season?
How many maidens do you lift?
Orchestrates a bombing and makes it look like it was immigrants to raise anti-immigration sentiment, and finally
That's some Gundam shit. That's some
put her in the lead.
That's some Xeon shit.
And so Carolyn,
Oh, those the miraculous 7 minutes.
no.
Oh God.
The show ended with a bang.
Oh no. Yeah, so it's low culture. It's daytime TV. It's rock and roll. It's all this stuff that changes societies. That's one of my favorite things. That's one of my favorite things about culture and power and the way those things intersect. It's just fascinating stuff.
Well, with that, shall we move on to talk about ensemble stars?
The lowest of culture. It's fucking garbage. It's trash.
The specific way that he's going to do this, as explained by the show, is he's going to use his authority as student council president to force them to sign contracts.
Yeah.
That shit's illegal, fam.
Yeah, I can tell you as a first-year law student, I can tell you those contracts would not hold.